Hey everyone, welcome back to the new episode of Borderless, RGB Live's very own entirely English program. This week we will be talking to Croatia and the Netherlands. Hello, greetings from Istanbul. Where are you right now?
I'm in The Hague, Holland.
Great. If you're available, I have a few questions to ask you.
Sure, shoot.
So as you know, a number of countries require people to present a statement saying they recently tested negative for the coronavirus before they're allowed to enter the country.
Yes.
This statement charges around 150 euros. Third parties took this as an opportunity to offer test results for 50 euros with real doctors' names. I want to ask you if these statements are being checked and how does this affect the coronavirus cases in the Netherlands?
Yeah, okay. Well, thank you for your question. I think that if third parties can offer something for a better price, of course, it's good to use that. What is important with these statements is the credibility of them. Are they sound, profound? Are they legal? Are they legally binding? If not, if it's such an illegal thing, this would not be advisable to use also for anyone. If they are legal, it's necessary right now to keep this pandemic in check. In Holland, what I know is that because this is a liberal country, a liberal European country, there's no possibility of enforcing this. But they do check on it, and every 2 weeks on Tuesday, there's a press conference here, which they say how the coronavirus has been going, and the last one was the day before yesterday, and I think they're going to make it mandatory that if you have such a statement, it will be easier for you to get into government buildings, etc. I think this is a good thing because you don't want to make anyone ill not knowing that, or you don't want to make anyone ill willingly. So it's not a bad thing.
Okay, thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm very popular here.
Following, I want to ask you about the Dutch hospitals.
Yeah.
It has been written that they are failing to provide enough ICUs for the infected.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, what is the current situation in hospitals? As I know you yourself have been tested positive before.
Yeah, in June.
How does this affect the Netherlands? How is the country dealing with the treatment process?
So Holland has a very good medical system. It's one of the two medical systems in the world where we have a neighborhood doctor, a house doctor, in England and in Holland. And what there is right now is that with the pandemic, we see that the hospitals are very insufficient about treatment and about checking up on things. Right now, in March, when pandemic hit Holland, they had 900 ICU beds for a country which has 18 million population. Now, which is very insufficient. Now they're increasing that to 2,000. What also is happening is that Hakan, my relative, the doctor, he tells me that if someone gets ill right now in Holland, they ask them to bring along some clothing for 2 weeks or more because they might be sent to Belgium or to Germany because the system is very lagging here right now. And this shows also some improvements that need to be done. And the Dutch government is busy doing that as we speak also.
Wow, interesting. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. I hope to see you again sometime.
Yeah. Good luck with the assignment.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
As we just had a chat with the Netherlands on coronavirus, let's see what Croatia been up to. Greetings from Istanbul. Tena, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm currently in Velika Gorica in Croatia. It's a little city next to our capital city, Zagreb.
Great. If you're available, I have a few questions to ask of you.
Sure, yes.
So I know that the public of Croatia have been protesting against the COVID measurements in the name of freedom. And just recently, by the end of October, Croats started to wear face masks outdoor to maintain the required physical distance. So what I want to ask of you is, do you think Croatia is handling COVID properly compared to other countries? With 68,000 infected and 832 deaths, how does a Croat protect oneself?
I didn't even know that we have that many, in fact, to be honest. No, but just yesterday, we had a big number of 3,500 cases, new cases, which is a lot for a small country like us. And our government just yesterday decided to put down some new measurements for the, like, it's not a lockdown, but they are closing the bar. They're not closing the bars. They're saying to the bars that they can work till 10 p.m. We have to wear masks everywhere. We don't have to wear them anymore outside, only when we are in closed spaces or when we are in a group of larger people than 25. Yes, I don't know what to say. It's been like it's a crazy time, because at one part they are letting people go in bars. I mean, when you go in a bar, you have to have, or a restaurant, you have to have a mask. But when you sit at the table, you don't have to wear it anymore. But on the other hand, at the funerals or at the funerals where you are outside, you're not inside. It cannot be more than 15 people. Which is kind of, it's not one-to-one to each other, because but I feel like Croatian people in general, they don't go out as much, and we try to wear masks and try to stay out of each other's ways as possible. I don't know if that answers your question.
It does.
Correctly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Following, we just talked about the public, and now I'd like to ask you about the government. Do you believe Croatia is taking enough measurements? Could they have maybe prevented this high number if action was taken sooner? Also, how do you see the future of the virus in Croatia?
Okay, so in March, when this whole thing started, we had a total lockdown. Nothing was working. We couldn't go out. We could go outside for a walk, but that's it. You had to deliver your groceries and everything. So it was a total lockdown for a month. And then after that, they the government started reopening everything basically week by week. Something more was open. And then because Croatia is like a touristic country, we opened everything for the summer. Everybody could come in because we live from tourism. Like 80% of our income is from tourism. So they said that we cannot survive the year if we don't open the country to everybody. And then over the summer, it was fine. We didn't have that many cases. And then when it came to autumn, and people started to going inside more, inside the bars and restaurants and stuff like that, then our numbers went high. And then our government said, okay, we're not gonna do the total lockdown right now because our economy couldn't survive it, because we're a poor country. And then I don't think they took enough measurements, because even if you have to wear a mask everywhere, no one will say anything to you if you don't wear it. They don't have that many people controlling how people are behaving and stuff like that. So for example, you can still, for the weddings, they said that it's 20 people maximum, something like that, and you can still see some people with 200 people on the weddings. So I don't think they have okay measurements, but I don't think they are controlling them good enough, and they are changing the measurements every week or so. So I think it's driving people crazy. Nobody even knows anymore, what we can do, what we cannot do. So I don't know. In terms of economy, I agree they shouldn't close everything, because we would just collapse. I don't know what would happen. But in terms of Corona, probably they should take some stricter, so to say, measurements against people. And for the future of Corona, I don't really know. I cannot imagine a normal world right now, because it's been going on for a year almost. But I heard that we already, not purchased, but we already listed ourselves for the vaccine, because I think Croatian government believes this Pfizer vaccine is going to be okay. So we already listed ourselves for more vaccine that we have people. So I don't know, probably they believe that when we get the vaccine, they can reopen everything. We can start living our normal old life. So we'll see. I'm kind of optimistic about that. So I think we will get back to normal in maybe 6 months period.
I hope we all do. Thank you so much, Tena, for joining us today.
Sure. Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you so much to Tena and Murat for joining us all the way from Croatia and the Netherlands. This program was brought to you by Borderless RGB Live. See you next week. Bye-bye.